Hey, what's up, guys? Told you it would be here, and here it is. We are here today to talk about Watchmen. I, of course, am joined by Walter Kovacs, a.k.a. Rorschach. Say hello to the camera. Okay, no, actually, this is my friend Billy. This is the costume he wore to the movie that came out just a few days ago. But anyways, alright. First and foremost, William, what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was pretty much the best that we could hope for. They had a lot of material to cover, and not a lot of runtime in which to cover it. And I think that we got the best interpretation of the movie that we could have wanted, really.
Exactly. I mean, that's kind of the way I felt. Well, it's also kind of like The Crow, you know. Even though The Crow wasn't as well adapted as, let's say, Watchmen or Sin City or 300 or whatever, it kept true to the nature of it. You know, there were obvious changes and stuff, just like there were obvious changes of Watchmen, but it kept true to the moral of the story and whatnot. And for me, I feel Watchmen did the same thing. Now, who do you think gave the best performance and stuff?
Oh, Jackie Earle Haley is Rorschach.
Exactly. Second only to, Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the comedian was just perfect. And, of course, that's the breakout character, just like in the book for most fans out there, is Rorschach, because he's the one that you identify with the most. But for me, even though I really liked the character in the book and stuff, but the movie just made me cement it even more, because I thought that they just really got the perfect actor for that, was Hollis Mason. I forget the actor's name who played him, but even though his role in the movie was more minor and stuff, still though, I loved it. I thought they did him justice. I thought everybody brought their A game to this movie. Okay, well, what did you think of Zack Snyder's cinematography?
I didn't think that it captured like the sort of garish look that the book had.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was kind of bright in the book, like dingy.
They paid more attention to the secondary colors, like the purples and greens and stuff.
Right. I think that it was a little bit too busy in some parts.
Yeah.
And I got really sick of the slow motion.
Well, yeah, and just so everyone knows, the slow motion isn't everywhere in the movie like it is with 300, but it's still there. You know, like because I'd rather have it. I do like the slow motion, but the thing is, though, is that
it has its place.
Yeah,
and it works in some shots.
And with certain things and stuff, you need to slow it down so that way the audience sees what's happening and just the nature of the beast. Another thing, though, okay, now in the comic, this is very much an adult-oriented story, and even in the comic and stuff, they say, like, bullshit, shit, bastard, son of a bitch, blah, 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 blah. But they don't really drop any F-bombs. In the movie, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character of the comedian, as well as I think a couple others, they flat out say, fuck. Now, what did you think about that? Because there's a lot of people that are bitching about that, and also the viewing Dr. Manhattan's wiener.
I would have preferred the cursing not to be as prevalent, but I can understand why they did it. The normal, modern movie audience would have a difficult time believing a world where they don't say things like that.
Exactly. It's an adult-oriented story.
With the nudity, I gotta say, I thought it was very tastefully done.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they didn't, say, look, blue penis.
It's not pornographic.
Shock, yeah.
Even though if they made a Watchmen porn, we'd go see it.
But for curiosity's sake.
Well, but the thing is, let's face it, Dr. Manhattan's swinging some pipe.
Yes. Okay, but I think they pulled it off just the way.
Yeah. It's not shoving it down anybody's throat or anything, but it's saying that this is a man who's so powerful, he controls all fucking matter, the most powerful being ever, and he's like, you know what? Fuck pants. I don't need them. I'm Dr. Manhattan.
Exactly.
And here's another thing though. Do you think the violence was justifiable?
Yes and no. I think a couple moments especially during the prison riot scenes. The violence got a little bit too extreme, and Dr. Manhattan's atomizing of people was a little bit too bloody.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think the violence, it was very realistic. I mean, it was very frank and very... Just like the story. These aren't super people. These are people.
Yeah.
You know.
Once again, this is for adults. Kids really shouldn't be watching this. But yeah. Anyways, guys, we do have more questions. We have more stuff we're going to talk about. But that is the end of part 1. Next up is part 2.